So we're going to hear from Accrue CEO Benoit Brookins. Benoit.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for coming. Accrue is a machine intelligence company based here in Hong Kong. And what we set out to do is build the world's first deep learning almanac. So what does that mean and what are we about? The world is flush with information that's growing on a daily basis. And as a machine intelligence company, we're building our own class of artificial intelligence. I'm sure you've heard of facial recognition. We're building an event recognition. The problem of big data is growing to the mainstream. The types of events that we encounter are being increased in velocity. And the velocity of information doesn't mean that more people are getting more meaningful use out of it. In fact, every piece of singular data, the value of it, although it may be increasing in general, is diminishing as a single data point. For instance, if there was an explosion and you didn't know there were isotopes in the air, you wouldn't have the full, complete information as to what actually was going on. So the relative importance of any individual data point is diminishing on a rapidly changing scale. In the hedge fund community, the alpha decay in terms of how valuable a single trading system or trading opportunity lasts is also diminishing in speed, diminishing in speed. So in the financial investment community, the struggle to understand how events are impacting financial markets. There's a struggle to understand how events are affecting financial markets. There's a huge competitive advantages that they're fighting with each other to look for new sources of pleasure and profit from the financial markets. There's a need for a new approach in fundamental investing. Investors are faced with a wide array of financial challenges, including the speed in which information is coming, the variety of information, and the time pressures in which they have to make these decisions. And they're struggling to identify the key variables that drive their decisions and the performance of their assets. Our goal and mission at Accrue is to give investors some sort of quantitative, systematic approach to make investment decisions, because we feel that it can reduce the flaws in their thinking. One use case is we went around yesterday and chatted with some of the investors here who were asking about what are some use cases for our product. And this is similar to how other portfolio managers approach investing in general as well. For instance, they were asking us yesterday, what are the best World Cup stock picks? And this is similar to how a normal fund manager would approach investing. They have a hypothesis, they have a universe, which is they felt that World Cup sponsors were the best picks. So using our service, we were able to cross-correlate and answer this question in seconds using our real-time dashboard. So what are some of the World Cup sponsors? Coca-Cola, Gazprom, Nike, etc. We chose two. We just chose Gazprom and Nike and pulled it up to see what it looked like. And this fundamental thinking process is really what goes into how investors want to verify and systematically approach investment decisions. For instance, this is a glimpse of our dashboard. Pardon if the text is too small. But at the top, it's in plain English. And there's a 5-day trade regarding the event FIFA World Cup. And the data points we have are from reputable sources going back from 1982, directly from the FIFA website. And we allow the investor to cross-correlate the information up until 2014, the last World Cup that we have known the answers to all the events. And we show a demonstration about how this has a 57% accuracy over the past seven World Cups. In the pattern display box there, we show you the past 5 World Cups in which Nike has been trading and their share price's reaction. So what you're looking at is in the past 5 days, in the 5 days following the World Cup, here's how Nike's security has performed. And you can see that on average, over the past 5 instances, it's slightly negative, although 100% of the time, Nike's been a profitable trade buying into the first 5 days of the World Cup, including last year. For risk management, it's really important for investment managers to assess in real time the absolute understanding of how to make decisions given a certain set of circumstances and what to expect along the way. So in the last occurrences box here on the right, investors can view instance by instance in a 5-day trade, for instance, how risk has performed and how the securities performed on a day-by-day basis across instruments. Here's another example of Gazprom. It's only been trading two of the last World Cups, and it's worked 100% of the time, returning about 7% on average. So what do we solve? We set out to build one of the world's first and largest real-time event databases in the world. We cover things like corporate activity, blockchain events, and we allow investors to understand how these events perform under complex and simplistic circumstances even. And this is all available as an API. So the normal fundamental investment process is very complicated and very time-consuming and can take many hours or months. In fact, a lot of people are guessing when they approach this information. So when they encounter politics, weather, social media, they go with their instincts. But we allow users to basically download, correlate, and analyze this information without even doing any type of research using our dashboard. Investors can explore the almanac. We cover a variety of topics, from social media to politics to planetary events, and from all reputable sources. One example of how our technology works is we're building a sophisticated graph database that allows users to understand the historical context and interlinked relationships between events. Let's say that Apple stock is rallying today, and it's October 26, 2012. You could use our point-in-time database to realize that the relationship wasn't something that was going on in Apple, but something actually in one of its product line competitors, which is Microsoft. And they released a Service RT Pro in that day. So what we aim to do is basically reduce the workload of investors by over 141,000%. We take a process that would take ordinarily 200 man hours to research, correlate, and organize this information to allow investors to take real-world ideas and get insights out of the financial markets. We enable machine learning to better enhance risk security and risk control, and also help them find weak signals that they will ordinarily otherwise miss. We streamline the decision process for top-down investors to get into the market without having a high overhead. We were formed in 2017 here in Hong Kong. My background is I was a data scientist at the world's first data scientist summit. I was the youngest quant trader at a Swiss bank. And we have a capable team of 18, including 5 PhDs that have various backgrounds. Our design team comes from WhatsApp, JP Morgan, and Dropbox. We work with a couple other partners, and we were last year, in 2016, we were recognized as one of the top fintech companies in the world by the London Stock Exchange and the UK government. So, thank you.